You good now?
Yeah. This shit was loud.
Okay. All right.
I think, first and foremost, thank you for that lunch.
Shout out, crazy big shout out to Women's Boxing Network, Amber. She just bought us lunch. Man, that like if I nap out in about 15 minutes, got the itis.
Yeah, me too.
Is there a Mexican version of the itis, or is it just itis?
How do you say it in Spanish? Me
No.
cayó de peso.
Tengo hueva.
No, but when you
You
eat
just-
something,
Yeah.
And it's time to take a
Me
nap.
cayó de peso. I'm gonna dormir un ratito. I'm gonna take a nap. You know?
Yeah, that's how.
Voy a bostaciar. I don't know.
Like I'm on the I'm on the edge of it right
That.
now. Yo, and with Turkey Day coming up, that's how I'm happy about my plans of nothing on Turkey Day.
I'm actually excited too.
What are you doing?
She's sacrificing.
Oh yeah, you guys. You guys are
We're
traveling.
going right into it, right?
You guys are traveling for now that I mean, and
That's
yeah,
probably gonna be the shittiest part, honestly.
that's a huge sacrifice just having to leave your family for. Well, you.
It'll be okay.
Do you feel like I'm just your youth being involved? Is it an adventure for you, or is it a sacrifice for you?
Well,
Leaving on Thanksgiving.
Let me get deep
No Thanksgiving, and just to paint the picture for our listeners.
no, not at all because
No Thanksgiving with the
I don't
family.
care.
We don't really care about Thanksgiving. For us, it's more like the convivir with our family.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's what I mean. Yeah, that's what it is.
But for me, I mean, yeah, it sucks that I can't spend the little time with them. But my wife and my kids have always been very supportive of my sacrifices.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll enjoy it when I get back.
Good.
Yeah.
But for us, it's Thanksgiving every day. So
Yeah, no, I can imagine that. But I can just that one particular day where it's supposed to be.
But it's like I tell my wife, you want flowers on Valentine's Day when everybody else gets them? Or you want them every day?
She says both.
No, she says she wants them separate.
Oh, okay. I want them every day and on Valentine's Day.
I see you, Adam.
What?
Nothing.
Am I needy? I'm not needy. No. Kinda. I'm a snuggler. So, however,
Oh God, stop right there.
I was gonna snuggle with you.
bigger tits.
I've
That's what I need.
I've had duty on Thanksgiving on like when being in the Navy. So honestly, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, and military service, that's got to be a huge sacrifice. So I told some people, hey, come over. And then not the last minute, but then I was like, hey, you know what? I changed my mind.
Yeah,
I don't want to do nothing. That's my quiet day. And
that's good, man.
Yeah. I haven't had a quiet day in a long time. It's like, do you guys I need this where I don't see anybody I know. It's just kind of just a
Well, that's what fights are for us. They're like quiet days.
Mm-hmm.
But you guys are still there. I mean, like you guys are still.
Yeah, but we're all in our own space, in our own mind. We're like separate. Everybody got their own room. Everybody's chilling,
Good.
talking, hanging out, whatever. But it's like we're laid back. It changes our routine. And, in a direct way, we have two families. We have our family and we have our boxing family. And we're with our boxing family,
Yep.
I mean, today we ate. It's like family time,
Yep. Yeah, no, and it's like I had to think about it when I was telling myself, it's like, you need a quiet day. You don't want to be around. You need a day where aren't around anybody you know. I was like, but I love him. But that's what it is. It's like you kind of just need to go away and be off on your own.
Yeah, it's good. It's good to do that.
Yeah, I mean, and like every day. And the gym, I'm kind of like, some people go to the gym and that's their quiet time. That's their quiet space. It's like me, when I go to the gym, that's family time. It's a mix. It's a mix. So,
yeah, I definitely have my own gym time though.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't. So that's why I'm looking forward to Thanksgiving. Just a nice, quiet day of nothing. So,
I keep
now
burping.
let's keep burping.
Like I said,
We can't blame you. We're gonna blame Women's Boxing Network and Amber for putting food in us. Like
Sponsored by.
No, that's Topo Chico.
Yeah. You definitely. If anybody had any doubt, yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's good too.
All right, so let's get to the fights. Let's talk about the first one, Navarrete versus some dude from Brazil.
What's his name? Shakur calls him Conceição, but it's Conceição.
Conceição, yeah.
Honestly, I don't know. I'm not gonna try, but
Thursday night
Conceição.
fights.
Mm-hmm.
Thursday night fights. What I found out, and we'll talk about that when we get to Shakur, is that they didn't even sell it out in Vegas. I thought that's
on a Thursday.
On a Thursday.
on a Thursday afternoon.
When they had the Formula One.
When they already had everybody there.
Yeah.
So it was like, this should have. But anyway, we'll get to that in a minute. My question is, do you think that this fight was a draw? I watched it all. And I was, when it said draw, I blamed DraftKings. I was like, fucking DraftKings,
My
man.
dad said the same thing.
Because it was, I mean, how are you going to knock somebody down twice?
Yeah, I think arguably, I can see how it
That means
was a draw.
that means that Vaquero just won 4 rounds then, right? If he dropped the guy twice,
Yeah.
that means he only won 4 rounds in the eyes of the judges.
Oh, wow. And to me, I think he won. It was a 10-round fight.
12.
Well,
It was 12?
title fight.
Okay, it was a 12-round fight. I only saw,
Also, he won 5 rounds in the eyes of the judges.
I would say 4. I would say Consenso. It's the Brazilian.
lost as well.
Brazilian.
I was going to say the Brazilian. The Brazilian, he got 5 rounds from me at the most. You know, he got the first 3 because that's how Navarrete fights. He's kind of he'll figure it out, and he like you were talking earlier about him trusting his long game.
Right.
He doesn't panic.
Yeah. He doesn't.
And then after 4, he kind of took over. And then he got 2 drops, and then they said draw. Like I commend him the way he handled it.
Yeah.
Because I would have lost my shit.
It was a tough fight. You know, that was one of the tougher fights that he's had in a while. Usually he finds a way to knock them the fuck out, which I, like, as you mentioned as well, I'm very impressed by the Brazilian dude, too, because he took some hard shots, man. He got up and, you know, like Coach mentioned, how he said that he promised to bring home the title. It's like he was really put
it on the line.
Put it on the line, exactly.
He endured.
There was a few rounds where I was like, how does he get back to the corner? He was like
He was
beat
drunk.
up or drained.
Yeah. I saw him.
I don't know if it was drained or he was just disorientated or whatever the hell it was, but he didn't look normal.
It was, I think if we're thinking about the same time, it was both. He was drained and disorientated.
Yeah.
You know, and one thing I heard, and I honestly heard and I thought of Maggie as soon as he said it. The announcer was like, this is a sport where your mind has to control the body. And his mind is controlling his body right now. Because I'm pretty sure his body wants out.
Yes,
You
for
know?
sure.
And he did a soldier's work. Like, I'm not mad at him for getting the draw.
Yeah.
Okay, like, I was like, okay, if it was a draw, he definitely earned that draw. But I felt like Navarrete got robbed for that draw, with that draw.
I don't know, man. Like, it's because the dude, he stuck to the game
He
plan,
fought.
too. He fought, man.
He fought, and a lot of times these judges, when they're fighting back and he's not the favorite, they kind of give them the round. I understand.
I
but
can understand.
Only them two know who won the fight between them two. They're in their physical. They know who won the fight without judges. That's every fighter knows who won. That's why they're both quiet at the end, and one acts surprised and one doesn't. But between both of them, we don't need a judge to tell us who won.
And I think they're both down for a rematch, which
That's what I was gonna
think
say.
would be exciting.
Yeah, and that'll be the Brazilian's fourth
Title.
because they were like, if he doesn't win this one, he's not getting. This is his last shot.
He earned this
So,
one.
yeah, he definitely earned it.
He
man.
earned all of them.
On that, on his yes, I will say yes. I don't think it was a draw, but I'm not too mad at it.
Yeah.
You know, and honestly, like if you're watching it from TV, like every other commercial is a DraftKings commercial, so it's already in my head.
There always has to be a fight that could go that way because of the DraftKings. I'm dead serious, man. The house has to make money somehow.
Yo,
For real,
All the favorites can't win all the time.
No. All right, so now then we'll move on to the title. To
The main event that
the
should
main
have been
event.
not the main event.
That was yes, it was.
Having
a sleep-
flashbacks out?
Everybody I talked to about this fight.
Oh, shit. My bad.
What the fuck, Maggie? She has
She had an alarm.
She woke me up because I went and took a nap.
That's when I clock in, dog. My bad.
I thought that was a silly ass ringtone, but
Nah,
it was.
I need
it
to
was
turn
an
those
alarm.
off.
Yeah, okay.
I'll forget to clock in and out and shit.
Okay. So yeah, every time I talk to her, I'll be like, "Hey, did you watch the Shakur fight?" They'll be like, "Man, I fell asleep."
A lot of people, I think
lot
they're
of
all
people,
bullshitting, but a lot of people say that.
Yeah, no, I took like
I took a power nap.
After the third round, I was like, I gotta go take a shower.
I think I was the only person that like fucking was intrigued from start to finish because I was like, maybe this round somebody will do something. Maybe the next round. And then at the 12th round, I was like, somebody do something.
And that's when I was like, let me go. I was like, I'll probably miss like 2.5 rounds taking a shower, but if anything happens, I can just play it back. Because on YouTube TV.
You know who gets a shout out for that though? The commentators did a great job to make it sound like the fight was enticing.
Wow. Yeah. Yes.
They did a great job, bro. They were like, "Oh, look at this! Oh, what a display!"
He's mentally, he's fucking with it mentally, you know.
The judges were fucking me mentally because I'm like, am I watching what they're seeing? Am I seeing something else?
Yeah,
you know?
I know, right?
You know, like that baseball Bob Uecker. He's like, just a bit outside.
Fucking 2 feet out.
I didn't even realize that, but yes, because I was listening to him and be like, okay, they're showing me something new because I'm still like learning to watch the sport. One thing I was happy about is I can kind of see the quick punches now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like I was like, oh, you know, instead of kind of missing it, like seeing a blur, and then having to play it back to see it. And now it's not a blur anymore.
Yeah.
But still, like if I'm seeing one thing, but the commentators are saying it's another, I'm like, okay, I gotta look better. So yeah, those they got me.
It was like chess, but like one of them games that take like fucking 5 days and shit. Where they're like, we gotta come back to this.
They didn't have no timer on the chess.
Yeah, no timer, homie.
Now, if you're De Los Santos, what were you doing? Not what would you have done hindsight wise? What were you doing as De Los Santos?
What can you try to do better?
Because the fight was boring because Shakur wasn't doing anything.
Mm-hmm. I think, you know what? I think he started out right. The double jab. The feint to the top, going down to the body, just fucking flicking that jab out, trying to close and take him to. It's easier said than done, right? Because he is very elusive. Shakur is so. At least for me, I think I saw that working for him in the early rounds, and I don't know if he abandoned it and said fuck, like got irritated. I'm not sure, but it was working for him in the beginning. The double jab.
I don't think that De Los Santos was expecting to have to chase him so much. Like you said, he was on his bicycle. Because
you know what? He's not wrong in the sense that he mentioned that normally Shakur does stay in the pocket with you, like in the middle, in the center of the ring. You know, like his more recent fights, like
he stayed with everybody at 130, but now at 135, he's not staying with nobody.
Yep.
And he's not known for being a hard hitter. And you know, I love boxing. I love a guy that can move, a guy that can give angles. I'm just gonna say this out there I hate motherfuckers that clinch or hug for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What was the slogan we came up with today?
More putazos, less abrazos.
Yes. It doesn't translate that well, but it's more punches, less hugs.
Yeah.
Sounds better in Spanish.
That's a nice
Way
t-shirt.
better.
That's a nice t-shirt.
I'm gonna make one.
Okay.
And I'm all for a guy that can box, but when he has a disadvantage and he's not in a moment to defend himself no more, the first thing he does is clinch to disrupt Santos' output. Mm-hmm. So that's what makes the fight boring. If he was just like, look at one of the most defensive fighters in the world, Pernell Whitaker. He would let you throw. He was right in front of you. He never fucking clinched. I mean, he clinched when he was hurt. Every fighter, I'm cool if you're hurt. But clinching for no reason because you have a disadvantage, that makes the fight boring.
Stopping, yeah, like I can't overcome this. I'm not going to be able to get away from it, so I'm just going to hug his arms.
Hug him.
That, yeah. Do you think, are there, okay, we were talking about judges and their preferences. Do you think judges see that?
Yeah, but they just tell him, I'll just give them like 1,000 warnings. It's like, bro, you start taking points away, things are going to change.
Yeah.
You want to make boxing exciting, and you want to compete with the big boys like UFC. I'm not saying they don't more for knockouts. Take away the hug. Take away unnecessary clinches.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, for sure, 100%.
It would make boxing way more exciting because everybody wants to see somebody get challenged, and when you get challenged, the first thing it's like survival fighting, dog. It's like you're just hugging the fuck. You're a little bitch.
Oh, bitch.
Yeah, that definitely adds to it. Cutting off the ring, I would just is De Los Santos. Does he not do that?
De Los Santos is fast with his hands, but he's not fast with his feet. What I saw in the fight, Shakur's fast with his feet and his hands, and it's hard to fight somebody. If I put you in the ring with somebody like Kevin tomorrow, and I tell you try to catch him, and Kevin's just moving,
Either one, which Kevin
Both
Green.
of them.
Yeah, yeah.
Mexican and black Kevin. Both Kevins.
Yeah,
The
they're
Rock
similar,
and Kevin Hart. Those guys are. Well, if they don't want to fight you, they won't fight you.
Mm-hmm.
And how do you? And if they just jab you once, how is it fair for them to win the fight?
Yeah.
I mean, what did Shakur really do to win the fight? A jab? Like
He didn't throw a two. He didn't throw a two for a very long time.
Yeah, and you know what?
Santos was pressing the fight. He was trying to make a fight.
Mm-hmm.
And kudos to him because his defense was way better than I ever thought, for sure.
Why wasn't that? And this is a real question that I don't know the answer to. Why wasn't that match a draw?
I have no idea.
That one
I
should've
don't even
been
know why
more
he
of a draw,
won.
huh?
He won unanimous too, no?
Because apparently Shakur gave him a fucking boxing lesson.
Yeah, to the judges.
Yeah. Sure.
I was like, what the fuck?
Now, I did say this, and I'll stand by it. Shout out to Shakur for not fighting when he didn't have to. Like, to me, that's kind of it. That's a bit of an art, except for the hugging.
I don't get it.
Because running around, moving him around, tiring him out, not engaging if you don't have to. Because I think that's Shakur saw. He's like,
No, that's why he does what he
fight.
does, because they allow him to do that. And I'm not mad at him if he says something he wants to be like Floyd. Floyd did that at the end of his career.
Yeah.
Go look at Floyd in the beginning of his career. He was a knockout artist.
Yes.
Andre Ward, he didn't do that at the end. He did that. He really didn't do that at all. He was always fighting everybody. And you already know what Crawford. Those are the three guys he walked in the ring with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And he was not. He didn't live up to the hype. That was definitely because I've never seen Shakur fight. I've never seen him fight.
Really? His fight with Valdez was pretty good.
I'll look that up. But so with this one, I watched.
Well, fight 130, right?
130.
Yeah, 130. He was. He's a beast.
Mm-hmm.
135. He's just a normal dude, man, that has abilities.
Is he gonna go back down to 130?
I don't think he's getting too big.
He's pretty big.
Mm-hmm.
He's pretty big, and like 135. I mean, like you mentioned earlier, the next fight for him would probably have to be a big fight, and a big fight would be Tank and Devin. Like right off the bat, you know.
Devin's at 140 though now.
Yeah, and Devin, I don't think Devin should. I don't think Devin should go back down. He's a big dude, man. In my opinion, I don't know.
Shakur didn't sell out. He didn't fill the seats.
That's why Tank is on pay-per-view
Mm-hmm.
and Shakur is on the ESPN.
Ah, now I see. Because every time ESPN shows a big fight, I always feel like blessed. You know, I'm like, yeah, but that's the math.
They very rarely do pay-per-view.
Yeah, no, I saw Loma like
Super mega fights only, huh?
Like Tyson and I think Devin against Loma.
Now who's ESPN? Is that top rank? Top rank. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So Shakur, he's going to have to fight one of the big names.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna have to risk.
It's pretty much. Maybe they can give him. Maybe Lomachenko might be a little bit more enticed. You know what I mean? Like, hey, wait a minute, I think I beat this dude.
Definitely,
you know?
That would be a crazy
that
fight.
would be a good one too.
That would be a really good fight. That's the one. I'm voting for.
And you know, Loma's one to press. Like, I think he'll put a little bit more pressure on him.
And Loma's just so hard to fucking read, bro. He's like difficult.
Yeah, but it could also be very boring.
Shakur, yeah, but Loma makes fights exciting.
Mm-hmm.
I never seen a boring fight of his.
Yeah.
Nope.
He brings eyes. People like watching him too, man.
Mm-hmm. And he fills the seats.
Yeah.
He fills the seats.
True.
I like to see Teofimo with Shakur.
That's a good one.
I think he's moving up to 42 now, right?
He's at 40.
Teofimo, yeah, because he retired for just long enough.
He was in the locker room eating popcorn.
Yeah, he's funny, man.
Yeah, that's also what makes a fight good is the personalities of the competitors.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I would love to see those two personalities.
Look, maybe I'm being mean to Shakur, but Shakur, he said something in the before the fight that I didn't like. He said he don't care what fans think. He's gonna do his fight and he doesn't care. And that really turned me off as a fan, not as a coach, as a fan, because he's telling me that he's not gonna give me a good show. I understand it. Most fighters, believe me, feel that way, but they'll never say that because you're never gonna please everybody. You can't even please 5 people in your own world, in your own circle. You're not gonna please 10,000 people in the seats.
Mm-hmm.
But you're gonna give the impression that you're trying.
You gotta just say thank you to the fans. No, you know they're the ones that are making you. They're the ones that are gonna make you be on pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm.
And when you say you don't care what they think,
yep,
you're talking about ladies, men, kids that pay to see you fight.
If I had paid to see that fight,
Been pissed.
A lot of people would have been pissed.
Yeah.
That shit would have
Think about the real fans, people that you got your diehard fans that flew from Nebraska, that flew from Washington, that flew from New York to the fights. They spent, I don't know, $1,000 on the flight and hotel, their ticket, and they see that.
Yeah, that's true. God damn.
honestly, like had I not seen Navarrete's fight, I would.
That's what made it exciting. That
Yeah,
night.
I would have been freaking furious. At like, oh man, I came home for this because I cut my night short. I was like, oh, let me go.
A lot of people did.
Yeah,
People were
'cause it's
watching at
Thursday night.
work.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, real quick, not to change the subject. I'm not trying to take your role, but at the fights that we had this Saturday when we fought,
That's what
I know I'm taking control.
Oh, okay,
taking
cool.
control. This
All
is the Joe Vargas podcast.
He's a captain now.
We're in the fight, right? I think we're walking out to the ring. Maggie, Coach Bashir, and Jose Chollet. And I'm walking, and I look at Adam with the camera right by the ring.
I see that too.
And I'm like, is Adam like part of the press or what?
I saw that too, dog.
He said he walked right past the security.
For real?
I didn't know. Okay, so here's the rule. Act like you're supposed to be there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Act like you're
and
supposed to be
you did look
there.
like you were supposed to be there. You
Right?
did. Yeah.
And so I brought my camera by accident.
Yeah.
Because every time I go to a fight, I stop and get popcorn.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I can't carry this popcorn. I don't know if I can carry the popcorn straight in.
Yeah.
So I grabbed my bag that my camera's in. I threw the popcorn in there.
Okay.
And so while I was there, I was like, oh, I got this cultural project due for my English class.
Yeah.
This is the cultural this is going to be the event. I got to do an event. So I was like, grab my camera and I just started taking pictures.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that I was too close to the ring.
Yeah.
But I never found out.
Nobody said nothing.
Nope. Why am I
That's hilarious.
nobody ever said anything.
That's awesome, dude.
No, that's fine. It's not that. Yeah. So I really enjoyed it. But now back to that fight.
Which one?
Congrats on you guys.
That's to all of us, bro. We're all part of the team, not just
Yeah.
me and her. You too.
Yeah, dude. You know what? I wanted to make a little comment about that. I always feel a little strange, bro. I don't know about you, but I feel strange when people say, "Hey, congrats, coach," and I'm just like, "Thanks." I don't know how to receive that
Let me
yet.
put
You
it
know what I
like
mean? Because
this.
it's
I
like
hate
you
that
said,
too.
it's a team.
It's
effort.
a team thing. I always be like, hey, man, there's people. I'll leave that. I won't touch on that. But there's moments where I tell coaches, hey, great job. They'll be like, oh, thank you. It's the fighter, man. You know, and I'm like,
Yeah.
that's true. It's the fighter.
Mm-hmm.
We're just a small component. What I say you, because you jump in there and spar with them sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
How did you feel seeing your teammates knock people out?
Oh man. So there was a whole bunch of us there, and we watched Jose put it on the dude, and I forget his name, but
Kennedy Serrano.
Dude.
He had balls and heart, man.
Yeah,
That kid.
absolutely.
The hits you took and you stood up against, shout out to you. Like, that's just crazy. But we were like, oh, okay, so Jose really takes it easy on us.
How did you feel seeing your old stablemate, Palma, too? Adam Palma had a good
I was
fight.
so proud of him.
Me too.
I was so proud of Palma. I sparred with Palma too. It was years ago.
Yeah.
But I sparred with him. And I always remember watching him get frustrated because he's shorter. I have the reach. And that was my only protection, was my reach.
Yeah.
But the weight now was with Palma's fight. It flipped as soon as I said something. It flipped the other way because the first round and a half, he was getting hit trying to inside,
Yeah.
and he couldn't manage the distance outside. And I was watching. I was like, oh, I wonder what's going on. And I leaned over to Jackson. I was like, he's not managing the inside or the outside. He's not doing well. Then as soon as I got through, put the period on that sentence, he knocked boy out.
Yeah.
And then
He
from
knocked
then
him
on,
down,
he
yeah.
had the rest of it, and he got the knockout. So shout out to Adam Palma. That was great. Now
That was a nice hook.
back to Jose. My friend was running was on the AV team there of the production. My friend Josh. As soon as Jose won, I went over to him and said, I sparred with that dude.
He ain't shit.
No. But it was. But going back to answer your question, why people tell you congrats. When I saw Jose walk out with you, Coach Joe, and Coach Bashir, I was like, that's the Holy Trinity right there. You know, it's like you each. I know you each, and I know from personal experience what it's like to have to get jewels dropped from each of you. So that's like Jose wasn't missing he didn't have any windows open. You know, he had every pot filled. I'm making I don't know how to say these
no stone unturned.
Yeah, so he had all the information he needed. And that's what it is. It's like if he just had one of those two, he's gonna not get something else. Or you know, if Bashir wasn't there, he's not gonna get that. Like you guys aren't.
And I don't mean to interrupt you, but it's like us. That all starts in the locker room. Where nobody sees that part, but I'm talking to him in the locker room. Maggie's talking to him in the locker room. Bashir's talking to him. One of us is cracking jokes. We're always doing something with them separate. I looked at some other fighters, and only I think shout out to Carlos Barragan. I think he's the only one that stayed with this fighter the whole time. I was watching other coaches and other fighters leaving their fighters by themselves, coming back.
And you just see him like this.
Yeah. And
staring into that.
There was always one of us with one of our fighters. You know, we're always talking to them, and people don't see that. And to me, I don't know about Maggie, but to me, it felt like this was Jose's first fight because his last fight he only fought and he lasted like what 30, 40 seconds. Yeah, 30, 40 seconds.
His opponent.
Yeah, his opponent he knocked out his opponent. But this when you come to the corner and we give you instructions, it feels like a fight now.
Yep.
And Jose, yeah. Do
you know what I mean? We get to talk. We get to do our pit stop.
See how receptive he is to the information, you know?
Yeah. Watching him work was like some grown man business, you know? Whenever he, you know, and he's not just throwing punches. There was no punch wasted with Jose. You could just see him moving, looking. There it is. Then boom, that was the punch. He landed, I would say, more than 75% of his punches thrown. You know, because you could just see him looking for that opportunity, knowing exactly what he wanted to do.
I watched the fight on YouTube, and the commentators were saying that in the first and second round, it's going into the third round. The commentators were saying, and when we were in the corner, I told Jose, slow down, let it come to you. He's gonna come to you. He's gonna make a mistake, so wait for him now. And when he shoots, then you attack. But don't go after him now because it's going to be the same thing over and over. So in the third round, when he's going into the third round, the lady who's commenting, I don't know who she is, she said, I think he should take risks now. He's already dropped him twice. What? He should just go for the kill now. But he's waiting too long. And then right when she's done saying that, Jose opens up and stops him. And it's like, oh.
Did you ever? He had to go to the hospital. Did you guys ever find out?
He was good. He was just bruised ribs.
Okay,
he was good.
Good.
And that's another thing. That's like as coaching. I'm a over here pimp her out. Her and Coach Bashir and not myself. But when we fought this guy, we prepared for a right hander for a whole month.
Oh really?
When the bell rang,
we were like,
and the guy was left-handed, I was like, fuck it.
Yeah. We were all cool, man.
Nobody knew
just
that.
Felt good.
Nobody knew.
Felt good. Nah, but he adjusted on the fly, man. He did good. He handled it really well.
So I heard. You know, everybody's an expert now.
Yeah.
Jay, somebody posted on Jay's Hot Boxing Minute. They posted something like, he did good, but he's too square up. And I was like, yeah, we square up because we want to land the right hand, and we're digging to the body, and you can't dig that right hand if you're too far. If you're in a normal stance, it's hard to land that right hand. We don't have the speed to be making those moves all the time, so we have to be square up to lure him in. So all you experts out there, shut your face.
No, but that is let's give some boxing tips right now. We that's something that this podcast hasn't done, but giving boxing tips. Now they want to throw the two. One thing I'm seeing with a lot of amateurs, hobbyists, novice, is loading up. You know, they're just like, I can they'll drop back. It's like, okay, I'm
Yep.
So you want to shoot that almost like a jab. Now you're saying keep it a little bit front.
No, so we're facing a lefty. So the lefty stance is now the right hand is far from me.
Okay.
Regardless if you're a righty or lefty, your right hand is always further back because your right shoulder is in the back. Well, you have a lefty now that's standing the opposite way, so now he's a little further.
Oh, okay.
So you have to kind of square up. If you're stronger, there's no problem with squaring up. If the other guy's stronger, it's called the styles and matchups, and you make the best matchup. If that kid would have been super strong, I would have kept Jose boxing as a right-hander, walking to the left side. But Jose was having success walking to the wrong side, and he was having success squaring up. So why would I change that?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, and that's another thing. When you're giving boxing advice, when you're giving advice, period, there's no one way to do everything. And that's a lot of people's like, oh, look, he's fighting. So they won't say fight right-handed,
Imagine telling fucking Navarrete to fucking do everything by the book, bro. And he'd probably be like, what? Like, he probably would fuck up more. You know what I'm saying? He's got an awkward... Guys like him and Venado, like, their style, they work for them, man.
He was facing a fucking Olympian.
Exactly.
A gold medalist. And the gold medalist didn't know what to do with him.
Yeah.
And I think that's the best part of being a coach or the most fun part, definitely fun part, is figuring out what you're working with right now. The worst coaches will tell you to throw away what you're doing so you can do it the way I tell you to. You got to figure out, okay, he likes to do it this way. He has more fun. This is the best way he does it. So now let's
his attributes too. You got to look at, because sometimes they don't even realize, like, some guys are actually pretty fast and they don't even realize that we can use that speed,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's another thing. Now, the main fight on that ticket that night, Luna versus, do you remember the guy's last name?
Which
Jonathan Lopez?
Yeah.
Jonathan La Roca?
La Roca.
He's a good kid, man. I know his dad.
Lopez.
Yeah.
La Roca knocked out Lopez.
No. La Roca is Lopez.
Oh, God dang it.
He knocked out the other guy,
I can't remember his name right now.
Jose Salas. Was it Salas? I think so. He's a veteran, bro, with a lot of fights, and he's only been stopped once. So I said, oh, it's going to be a good fight. And then it was over like in 40 seconds, I think, or what, like in a minute.
Yeah, maybe 40 seconds. Yeah. Now, it was the first knockout I ever saw live. And I had missed a couple of the big hits throughout the fight.
How about when I knocked you out? Oh, you didn't see it?
He missed it too, though.
He wasn't there that day.
I'll release the tape.
Nah, he didn't get knocked out.
I got bloodied.
He didn't get knocked out.
I got bloodied. Doc would have, man.
Doc was mad at me.
If you had knocked me out, Doc would have been done.
He would have fucked me. Yeah. But yeah, you saw the knockout. The guy went down.
Because I missed a couple because my ADHD kicked in. I pulled out my fidget spinner, which is what's the game I play? Royal Match. So and then I just hear it and look up, be like, boom. So with this one, I was like, all right, just fight all the intrusive thoughts. Pay attention to this one. Saw a dude take it and just turn off and fall. I had never seen that before.
Trip out on this. My brother Adrian fought a guy. Oh, I can't think his name right now. And my brother knocked him out like that, bro, where the kid was knocked out, looking into the sky, out cold, right? I always taught all my fighters and my brother to never jump up and down in the ring, show respect, because that guy's mom, dad, husband, wife, kids are there. So when he knocked him out, I kind of stood up like this, and I'm kind of like smiling. And the reporter tells me, Joe, I'm going to post these pictures. And he has a picture because he's in the inside of the ring taking the picture. And this kid is looking up in the sky. He's out cold. And it shows me in the back, like, because I'm human. I'm like, yeah, you know. And he goes, do you want me to post this one? And I said, no, don't post that picture. He says, why not? I said, I believe in karma, dog.
Yeah.
Like, don't disrespect the kid like that. Put a picture of them fighting each other.
You're excited, but you're not celebrating. And it looks like you're
no.
celebrating.
Yeah, and I'm not going to dishonor someone that puts their life on the line. You could die in the ring. So I'm not going to disrespect somebody like that. So he was like, oh, that's classy. That's classy, bro. That's classy.
This reminds me of... Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, like, that carries in your coaching as well, because the guys, they follow that. All of our guys are,
very classy.
Very classy.
Yeah. 100%.
The I don't know if you heard, the referee told Jose, thank you for being a gentleman.
Yes, I remember that.
Told him that. Yeah. That's when he knocked him out.
Oh, yeah.
Because Jose didn't run to the corner, raise his hands like he just won a world title. He went and hugged the kid, hugged the trainers, and came back to the corner. We take his gloves off, and we celebrate outside with the family and friends,
And okay, so you guys say that, and I'm flashing back to you remember the fight Tyson Fury got up from the knockout?
Yeah.
Okay. When Wilder put him down, start dancing around the ring, and I was always like, I don't like that.
Waking up a beast, dog.
And that to me, like, it's like you're never going to recover, because he has to go from that to fighting again.
Yeah.
And it's a great transition too. Like, he's all excited. He thinks he just won. he's got his hands up. He's dancing a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's like, what? Then Fury gets up. He's like, oh, fuck. Like, he just lost that fight in his mind.
Yeah.
You know what Customato told Mike Tyson, when he was a young kid? When you knock somebody out in the ring, never showboat, never celebrate, because that just shows that you were surprised to win. I expect you to win.
Yep.
Don't look shocked when you win.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good way to put it. When you do that, you're surprised.
Supposed to win.
Like, oh, I won. Yeah, I won. Blah blah. No, just hand, like in football they say hand the ball to the ref.
Like LaDainian Tomlinson.
Yo, just give him the ball. I hate that. That's the worst part of watching football. And it's just I gotta watch everything freaking get celebrated now. You caught a 5-yard pass.
I thought they stopped that.
No,
There's a flag, but they still do it.
yeah, it's insane. I can't.
Since they kicked the ball in the end zone anyways, they added to the field goal. They added to the kick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So where were we on that? So, but yeah, that was a great knockout. Like all of those fights last night, we saw these were
Saturday.
Loroca's Saturday. What did I say last night?
Yeah, way after.
All right, my bad.
3 days ago.
Yeah, but all those fights were at the Sheraton and all ended in knockouts.
Yeah.
The only disappointment of the night was that Kyle and Jose and Habin, who were supposed to be on the card, got taken off the card.
Yeah.
It's a bad thing, but it's also a good thing.
Yeah,
like Kyle's scheduled to fight in 2 weeks in Hawaiian Gardens, LA.
Yeah.
And then Habin
Is this week?
So I'm gonna share something. I'm not gonna share the names because I don't want to do that because it's not right.
Some tea about to get spilled, y'all.
But about 3 weeks ago, these young men came to the gym to spar, and they're really good, high names.
Mm-hmm.
And they asked to spar Habin. So I told Habin, listen, mijo, you're about to spar these two guys. It's not their fault that they both have silver spoons in their mouth, but they got them. I said, you work at Popeye's Chicken. Shout out to Popeye's Chicken.
Yo.
Sponsored. You work every day, Popeye's Chicken, and then you have a second job with his uncle doing...
Yeah, like fucking driving. Yeah, driving
some
to
shit.
the airport.
So he has 2 jobs, plus he trains. I say, you snatch those motherfuckers silver spoons from their hands, but don't beat them up at the same time. So he spars both guys. He goes 4 rounds with one, 4 rounds with the other. When he does 4-minute rounds, 30-second breaks, right?
Yep.
After the sparring's over, one of the coaches from that other team goes, hey, let's put Habin on the Benavides undercard. So let's do it.
Let's do it.
He's facing the guy, 6-0. Habin's 8-0. And he's taking risk. And I'm so proud of him, you know. He's not taking these easy fights. His last fight, the kid was good too. 4-1 or something like that. He knocked him out. Now 6-0. And he's taking those risks to be great. And I'm so excited for him. He hasn't stopped his 2 jaws because not till he starts making like 5 figures, and it's not that far away from now, where he's going to stop doing that and focus. Because the reason I have him working is because I've had a lot of fighters in the past that they got a little bit of checks, you know, $8,000, $10,000, and they thought they were millionaires.
Ooh.
And they ruined their boxing. Habin, I kept him disciplined. I kept him in those jobs so he can know the value of money.
And you gotta stay hungry.
Yeah,
Stay hungry for as long as you can.
he's always, and he respects what we say so much because he's always asking Maggie, when can I stop working? She wants her to convince me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I just want to stop working.
Hey, no. Now we know why Popeye's Chicken's got that wait list. that employment wait list.
Oh, it knocks you out if you taste it.
Oh, man, I'm a huge Popeye's Chicken fan.
I fucks with the tenders.
They got this hot and spicy wings right now. I fuck with those.
So that's how he earned his ticket to go fight on the Benavides undercard that we're leaving to this Saturday.
Good. It's
Yep.
gonna be. We're hoping it's gonna be
We're hoping
streamed.
it's gonna be
I don't
streamed.
know.
But
we don't know.
Pretty soon, like even if it's not too far down the road
Right.
before he's on that main card.
Mm-hmm.
You know that
The exposure, the experience, those moments, they're never going to be.
those moments when he gets in front of the right person and say we need that's the fight. And I figured that's what happened when you guys told me he wasn't on. I'm going to tell you about how me and Jackson though, because me and Jackson we working men and we paid $90 each for our seats.
Yeah.
And then it was like Habib's not on a fight, and he and I were like, okay, as long as Kyle and
Yeah, Jose.
And Jose is still on the fight. It's still worth it. Kyle's not on the ticket. Motherfucker. All right. Oh, we started. We paid. I think Jackson was like, we paid $90 to see one nigga.
but you guys got your money's worth.
Yeah,
Man,
all knockouts, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm on that ticket because the last fight, Jose was when he was supposed to fight there, and he didn't.
Oh, that's right. And it was just Kyle.
Was it Kyle fought?
But that was the only good fight. That's the reputation
boxing,
that we have, bro. Like that's
Yeah.
Coach Maggie's fault. Everybody's scared to fight her, bro. Everybody's scared to fight her fighters. So like as soon as they know they're fighting somebody from the arena under Coach Maggie, they pull out, dog. It's not our fault.
I've seen the pull out game.
I didn't say that, but I got you. They canceled the fight, you know. But
I have seen, and I will commend them for being smart enough.
No, fuck that. We're in the fight game.
I know. Let me say what I'm going to say.
Wait, before you tell me. When they called me about Javín's opponent, undefeated, 6-0, I didn't even think about it. I said, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're on the arena side. I've seen the other gyms. And I always remember the gym I visited before I came to the arena. Because I was looking for gyms. And I 2018, and I'm at this gym, and it's black owned. And I say like this because they led with that. Yeah.
They led with that.
Yeah. You know.
Black owned.
And I'm just like, I don't care about that. And then
where was it?
ABC boxing?
Spring Valley.
Oh, I know.
What's up? Shout out to Coach. What up, dog? 5'9" Brims in the house. Coach Travis, what up, dog?
It's Spring Valley, huh?
I was just like,
it's under a second story home, huh?
Yeah.
I know it.
And all that, I was like, "Where's the ring?" It's like, "Oh, we just set it up."
Don't worry about it.
Oh. So I was like,
"He's a good coach, dog."
I'm not saying nothing
He's
about
black
that.
owned, but
I did not find out about his coaching skills because I was just like, none of this feels safe.
Yeah,
I knew I was going into a dangerous world, and I also knew that if I got bad coaching, I was gonna get hurt.
So he has a fighter. I can't remember his name right now, from Top Rank.
Oh yeah, I remember Haven.
Haven something,
Yeah.
right? He
Brady.
came to Brady Haven Brady.
Mm-hmm.
He came to spar at our gym. I put him with Javin. Was Javin pro yet? He had maybe one fight.
Yeah.
And Haven's a top rank fighter. So we're sparring him, right? And sparring was great. I'm not gonna say who would what how it went.
Good. It was good sparring.
So Top Rank calls me, maybe 6 months after that. Hey Joe, I got Haven Brady. You have anybody for him that's interested in fighting him? I said, sure. I got Javin Chollet. Okay. Calls me back. Who the fuck is this kid? They don't want to fight him. Can we get a shot at him? I'm like, nah, bro. I'm already with him. We're working something already. I didn't turn my hands over to them. I work with them, but I didn't want to give them one of my best prospects.
Right.
No, it's take my time.
Yeah, no, and that's the thing. So what was I saying about? So I've seen a lot of gyms.
Yeah.
And going to the amateur fights, I've seen what these gyms
You've
send
been
out.
exposed.
Yeah, the arena teaches speed and power, with the emphasis on power and the emphasis on
technique,
and the emphasis on strength.
Mm-hmm.
Other gyms just kind of don't.
Mm-hmm.
Other gyms, they don't have strength conditioning. You could just tell by watching they don't have
But
strength
look who you
program.
got. You got Maggie. You got Bashir. You got Gordo. That's a dynamic duo right there, dog.
Yeah.
They have a great system. So, of course, they're going to stand
And
out.
the arena, if you guys sign up to the arena, use my name. The arena,
Code Adam.
What do you get for that?
Code Adam.
it's like I get like a discount on my membership.
For real?
At this table,
How'd I
I'm the
know?
only one paying the membership.
Why am I going to pay the membership? I'm a coach. He's a coach.
I'm just saying. I didn't
Don't even
say
train
why. I'm just saying. So use my name.
Code Adam.
Code Adam.
50% off.
But in just the equipment wise, the strength condition, we have a focused strength conditioning coach.
Mm-hmm.
And I just think like we'll go to other gyms.
Shout out to Dev, dog. We got Devin back there.
yeah,
Devin's doing a
man.
great job with those guys.
Great job.
And Juanito will be back, but Juanito was my original conditioning coach, and I'm going to have to find a way to incorporate both of them together because Juanito was a key component to everything that I did. He's
True.
But man, I saw Devin. I thought he was full of shit, and he's good.
Yep.
Really good. And the guys trust him.
They like him.
They like him.
They like him and they
Which is
trust him.
huge.
Yeah.
I think I just think the arena is.
And then the sparring partners that we have at the arena. Our classes spar better than most amateur fighters.
This is a fact. That's not even like that.
That's not even bullshit. I'm not even. I've seen amateur fights where I'm like, God damn.
It's some pro fighters, dog. That like, I'm like, damn.
We have some members at the gym that.
For real.
Like, oh shit.
Yep, and that's why we were all so proud of ourselves, like watching Jose just chomp away at that kid.
Yeah,
it's like, hey, I sparred with that dude, and it's a wonderful life. That's all I can say.
And when I came to the arena, that's the brotherhood I wanted, bro, because I didn't feel like they had it when they told me to come over there.
You definitely built it, man, for sure.
Definitely, like I can't add to that. Like that's just a.
Well, I kind of met you like a year later, I think.
It was a year after.
Yeah, what year did you get there?
18.
No, it was like 2 years later. Okay. But I remember you got there and I had already like kind of like that.
Hey, trust me, at least twice a week, I reflect back on that sit down you gave me.
When you thought I was gay?
we haven't talked about that on this podcast.
Oh, we never have? Well, we'll talk about it later.
Huh? That's for the next episode.
That's the next episode. I don't care. You can share it. I don't give a shit.
No, did we tell you? Do you know about
she
that?
Knows, no?
Yeah. I know the story.
That I used to. Okay, so
you thought I was gay for like. We're just
not then. Not at the sit. The sit down. I mean, it's like before I signed up.
No, I got you. What did I tell you at the sit down?
It's like, hey, you're gonna get hit. I want you to be ready for that. I don't want you thinking that you're gonna get hit, and I don't want you to quit. So if you're gonna get hit and quit, don't sign up.
Yeah.
Pretty much the effect of that.
You can tell I'm not a salesperson.
I signed up.
Keep it real though, dog.
I signed up, and on a Wednesday, and then Thursday. And then Friday was sparring. I showed up Friday. Because this was in 2018, the arena, you signed up, you got gloves, and you got a headgear.
I definitely didn't get any of that.
Yeah. And so I showed up, and coach was like, we're sparring today. I was like, oh, I just signed up. He goes, good, get in the ring. And I remember this kid, the Friday was my 44th birthday. And so I'm like, well, I guess catching my licks. And this kid gave me, Raul was his name. He had this hustle with sunglasses. That's I remember it. And he put it on me. So I get my rounds. And I'm just like, oh, okay, coach, what are we going to do tomorrow? And Coach Joe said something to the effect of something, Sancha. Was that it?
I don't know what I said.
It was something Spanish. And, with me, I just pretend like, I go, okay, cool. And Coach, he's like, I'm going to spend time with and I think the word was Sancha something, I don't know. And so I just act like I knew what he was saying. It's like, oh, okay, cool. And he goes, you know what that means? I was like, no. He goes, lover. Now, my dumb American brain said, oh, when people say lover, they're gay. That's what I said. So from then on, I thought Coach was gay.
For like 8 months.
For 9
months.
Yeah.
And then I told him.
For like forever.
I bought a house.
Yep. So I was like, Coach, what'd you do this weekend?
And I said, we bought a house. It was so random that he asked me when we bought the house. Me and my wife bought a house, and he's like, you have a wife?
No. He walked away. Now, this is when my spectrum kicks in.
Yeah.
Because most people would see that they made the mistake.
We didn't even follow each other on social media, I think, at the time. No.
Most people would, like, hear the mistake, like, oh, my God. And then never say anything.
Yeah.
Coach walks away, and I'm like, wait, what? Oh, this doesn't make any sense. Hey, Coach, you aren't gay. I thought you were gay. And Coach was just like, what? No, I'm not gay. Like, me and my wife just bought a house. I was like, okay. I thought you were gay. And then I just went in shadow box.
This fool. So I'm not gay.
It's like like I said, he just used that word. And I don't no social cues, no context clues. None of that stuff is
definitely
good
not rude ass.
I don't have. Sorry, yeah, she talked about yesterday.
I was so confused by the situation, man. I
bumped into her and I just like.
Did she tell you?
He don't. Even
I was gonna bring this up in the podcast. So, I'm training. We're working with somebody right now, right?
Right.
And that lady she was talking to happened to be Ryan Garcia's mom.
Yeah.
So they're having a deep conversation.
Yep.
And you just walk in and fucking shoulder bumper.
I didn't. The shoulder bump wasn't on purpose.
I seen her almost fall, dog.
I don't care if she gained some weight. Like, it wasn't. The shoulder bump wasn't on purpose. It was an accident. I was like working with dude on. I was coaching.
Yeah.
This dude with his jab, and I bumped into her, and I should have just said, "Oh, my bad," and just moved on.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I wanted to let's play. Let's be playful and stupid. I was like, all right, that sounds like a good idea.
I was just like, what the fuck? And then I look over at Lisa. I was just like, and then we look over at you, and she's like, oh, I'll kick him for you. She was playing around,
Yeah,
I was just so confused.
Who are you working with?
Nick's
dad.
father. Nick's dad.
Oh,
Yeah. So it's just, I'm sorry. But honestly, today when I showed up, you're like, hey, I don't want to bring up old shit, but yesterday, what the fuck
I
was
don't
going
like
on?
bringing up bullshit.
It wasn't even old. I don't consider it old because, one, it was yesterday.
Yeah.
And two, I needed to know, like air needed to be
I was
clear.
just like, what the
and
fuck
stuff.
was that,
and
dog?
I was like, hey,
I straight up asked you, what was that,
Yeah.
man? Because I was confused by that.
the bump was an accident.
Yeah.
But
But then you just stared at me.
then I just played it.
Yeah.
I played like the bump was for real, like you were in my way.
And I was still in the conversation, though.
And then, hey, do you not get context clues either? And are you single and female? Oh,
Code Adam.
No, honestly, no. I need somebody who gets context clues. This means something.
I got you. Like, comment, subscribe.
He's like, fuck it, we closing the show.
Yeah, hey, you guys are awesome. Continue to like, continue to comment, continue to subscribe, and add telling your friends about the podcast.
Yeah.
Sharing, okay?
Yeah, why not?
And just get up these views. You guys are absolutely awesome. And
I love you.
love you guys. Bye.
That was gay.
This has been a Point and Yell production. Yeah, I think the words, but sometimes they don't come out of my mouth no good.